Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to do that again, and I hope this isn't a blooper already. Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a repair on this garage door frame. It's been bugging me for a while, and I'll show you closer after, but there's a rotten hole on either corner, so I just want to clean that place out with a clean line and then maybe replace it with a piece of pressure treated wood. Ideally I'd be replacing the whole door, but pretty much that's the only part that's affected, so I think we're just going to do a quick fix today. So this is the affected area. Pretty much an exact perfect hole for an animal to go right into the garage. There's another one on this side. It's not as bad, but we're going to fix both. So we're going to take a square. Oh, I just realized it's not. Okay, am I demented? Okay. Yeah, we're going to just square off. It's pretty rotten underneath, so I'm just going to go a bit higher than I think to make sure I have a good piece of wood here. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. Whoa, that looks crooked. Okay, let's see if I can get a better line this way. Okay, much better. Yeah, this is not straight. So I'm going to cut across here with a chisel to remove this. I'm also potentially going to have to do this side as well. Oh, well, might as well just do the whole edge here. I'm going to have to do under that screw. Yeah. I think I put a pool noodle in here at one point when it wasn't so bad. Using a chisel and a mallet, I'm going to line my chisel up. Oh, well, it's for sure rotten. Ew, it is a pool noodle. Oh my God. Like, Jesus. You know that part of Indiana Jones where she has to put her hand in that hole and there's bugs and you don't know what you're gonna find? It's kind of a bit of that. Oh God. Eeh. Now we just got to do the same thing on this side because, as my dad would say, this wood is punky. For something that's rotten, it's taking a lot of effort. But I mean, obviously I'm on the part that's not rotten, but it doesn't feel like it should be. Maybe my thing is pretty dull at this point. Keep at her. I have a sharper one. I'm just gonna grab it. Whew, dog. Sweating. It's also rotten all behind here, so I'm gonna actually have to probably take 2 pieces of wood. Fix this whole side here. Golly. This whole thing can come off. Oh my Lord. Well, should I just replace that whole thing? God. Okay, I'm going to show you what this looks like. The moment you realize this is going to be a bigger job, Jesus. Aw, not good. Okay, kind of wish I had a Sawzall. Let me think on that. I'm gonna focus on this for now. It's definitely rotten. So I'm gonna finish cleaning this hole out. Did a pretty good job on this side. This wood's still good. I'm gonna check what's good and what's not. Maybe get a new kick plate or something. Okay. To be continued. Vacuuming. Well, now I'm gonna have to do the whole thing properly. So I'm taking off this kick plate. Oh my God. Tell me these screws aren't stripped. Ugh. Flashbacks of my entire summer. Just kidding. Love you. If you know, you know. At least that piece of wood doesn't look horrible. It's not good. So basically, like, oh my God. Okay, I don't even know what to say. Started as a small thing. Now it's not going to be a small thing. I'm going to have to basically cut away this piece. Sorry, in my mind thinking, what am I going to replace that with? But, whoo, dog. Yeah, I got to really. Yeah, another piece of plywood. And then I'll start working on building back up the side. I ended up having to go to Home Depot. Well, got some pressure treated lumber to try to fix this, and just fits in the car. Oh my God. Okay, this is savage, what I'm about to do, but I've put a guide down at 5 3/8 because that's the depth of the wood the wood piece I got to replace this rotten bit here, and it's pressure treated, so it should work. So I'm gonna use the guide to cut into this. The hard part is the angle. It's not every day you cut into your floor, but luckily it's in the garage. Safety glasses. Let's try this again. Well, at least it worked. Remember how I was saying that it reminded me of the Indiana Jones movie? Well, I just saw a giant centipede come out from between the wood when I pulled it up. The other thing that's concerning is this. There is no vapor barrier, no plastic between the bottom floor and the insulation underneath. That's unfortunate. I'm going to try maybe using Tyvek tape or something, because that's just dumb. Or is that how it's done? I really doubt it, though. But anyway, it's a mess. I am happy with the way this piece came off, though, because it's a clean break, besides this, which I can just take off with a hammer, or with my hand. Okay, so this is kind of worst case scenario for this project, because I've cleaned it up as best as I can. I'm just going to say what I say all the time. This is better than what it was, but it's also horrifying, and I'm so glad it's in the garage and not my house, or I'd be probably crying right now. Anyway, I'm going to take this Tyvek tape, if I can find the end, and this catching stuff on the outside is probably not great, but so I'm going to put this over, I'm going to tape over this, and I'm going to do my best to tape over this part too before I cut my piece that's going to slide up against here. This is fucking... it's a start. It's a start. Jeez. You know those jokes about fixing everything with duct tape? This isn't a joke. I honestly don't care what it looks like because it's the garage. So I want to make, and then I'm going to put a piece of wood over all of this. But at least there's something there between the, oh Lord. Okay, I've fitted the wood into place. I'm happy because there's not much of a lip. And I did get it quite flush. Best I can do. Not bad. Now I just got to fix that. And that, which was the original plan. To say this is not my favorite project would be a gross understatement. I don't even feel like doing the video anymore, to be honest, but we're doing it. So I'm going to show you the progress. This is day 2 now. I am adding this pressure treated 2x4. Nicer wood, but I'm going to be painted anyway. I might even add another piece of the short wood here, like this, as a lip. I feel like it's gonna really seal that crack and look a bit better. Now you can see, I'm gonna close the door. With the 2x4 there's a good seal, and that's without me adding the sill at the bottom, which I will do. So, you know, it's better than I thought. There's still issues to fix structurally. In retrospect, I would just like get someone to replace the entire door, but we're past that point. Luckily, I have some pressure treated 3x3 and I'm starting to fill in the gaps. I just want to make sure it's tight. So I've tried to chip away everything that was really rotten. And again, not my favorite project. Having to coax every piece in, and multiple cuts, by the way. I'm sparing you guys the hellish frustration that is this. I'm gonna add a piece here, obviously. It did make it structurally more sound. I could feel the door more stable. There's wood all behind this. Unfortunately, every time I try to screw this shit, it just snaps. So I'm gonna leave it because there's a lot of pressure on it. And then I'm gonna add a piece here, add a piece here. This looks awful, but it doesn't really matter because it's not holding anything. So I've added this piece of pressure treated on the front and the kick plate, which should be replaced, but I'm not investing more into this door because it's pretty obvious now the whole thing's gonna have to be replaced. Anyway, yeah, looks can be deceiving. I am gonna put a weather strip here to make sure that it's sealed, and obviously I'm gonna close out these ends. Okay, one satisfying bit is covering this flooring with this overhang layer, which actually isn't even that satisfying now that I get down to it. Anyway, this project just keeps giving. As my dad would say, we're not trying to paint a Picasso, thank God. Back to reasonably satisfying, I guess. Okay, this is definitely a don't quit your day job type of moment. It's better than what it was. Also, nothing a carpet won't fix. This was about the least funny video I've ever made. And it's also the least funny experience in working I've ever... Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's not the worst experience I've ever had. I am grateful it's done. That's all I can say about that. Bye!